Stahlhard Papercraft.
Hello, I'm Chris from Stahlhard Papercraft. In this video, let's have a look at the McDonnell-Douglas DC-9 from Fiddler screen models. So this is how the model looks like, top, bottom, all around. And now let's have a look at the model files. Okay, as all the Fiddler screen models that I know, this does not have an actual title page, so this would be somewhat the title page with the illustration here at the top and the title. And yeah, so here we have the nose cone, and this is like, there are quite a few cones, yeah. And this is confusing here. Don't miss this one. You have to glue this window together here, and then you have all those cones, and then in the very nose you have petals, which I actually like unlike most paper models, I actually like petals, but these ones don't form as round as you would think. And then for the many cones here, I think it's fine to have so many cones, but as you will see, the nose is a little bit difficult to shape correctly. Good. Nice thing here are is the nose gear well. So this is the wheel well, right? So you can cut it out, and you have even the nose door interiors. So this would be like the best way to do it is not. Is it written here? No. You just cut the edges and you score before you build. You score this line, and then you can fold it out and you can glue those on the inside. Good. I actually think that the way the cockpit is done is not very clever. So it's not the actual shape of this. You can have a look at the video of also and the other video I did about the DC-10, and there actually the cockpit is done much easier to be built, and it also comes out much better. So this is the first page. And let's go to the second page. So here's the second page. So here we have the main fuselage, and again, it doesn't have to be in two parts. Why does it have to be in two parts? I don't know. It will certainly be better if you want to scale it bigger. Yeah, here if you have the instruction on how to build the fuselage in the top, and yeah, stuff a few plastic bags in the fuselage for extra rigidity. What you can also do is actually, because the fuselage is round, it's very easy to build your own formers. Yeah, you just hold the round fuselage on a cardboard and draw on it how big it is. This is where the wing goes in, and you're going to cut this out after you build the fuselage. And also here, if you want to make it nicer, you can cut away the glue tabs and make a glue strip behind it, so that the two parts can go next to each other. So then we have the back of the fuselage. The back of the fuselage is quite okay. These are these are the bulges near the wing root, where you can see here the main gear door, which is normally only opening while the wheel is coming out. And then here are some slots, and these slots are where you glue in the engine pylon and the tail. And especially the tail, you better not cut it out before you build the fuselage. You cut it out when the fuselage is finished. And then here's this page, which is pretty wide. And this is the tail, and the tail is as a T-tail, so they actually have these, those are not tabs, those are like, how to say, it's like something that you push into, it's a tab which you keep straight, and you push it into the fuselage to make the tail stronger. Yeah, it's a good idea, but it's still not strong enough for a T-tail, because T-tail is always rather vulnerable. Another thing which you may notice is that you have here the horizontal stabilizers are actually flat, because this is where they're supposed to fit in, right? So they're just 2D. So what you could do is you could do them, let them have airfoils. That's what I did. This part is actually something which goes here because the thickness of the paper, and you want to glue these 6 on the top, so you need to glue these in between at the back to make sure that. And another thing that you could actually do is to add more, to use cardboard, to use some cardboard here, stronger cardboard here to make this bulge on the tail a little bit bigger. Here we have some small stuff. Let's zoom in a little bit. And oh, this is zooming in too much. And we have the wheels. You see the wheels, many wheels. The engine pylons, and again, as you see, the engine pylons, they have these tabs to push in the fuselage. And again, it seems that these engine pylons are intended to be flat. So you just glue them flat on flat. They don't have any airfoil, which does not do a lot to make them strong enough, because you just have this engine held by basically a flat cardboard piece. So I suggest to add an airfoil here, and that means you may want to you can actually get rid of those tabs, and you can glue it flush, or you can add spar inside to make it stronger. The wheels are really nice. Then you have the landing gear. So the landing gear, those are the landing gears, and of course this is rolled around to create a sculpted landing gear, which is really nice, as you will see on the model. There are no hydraulic arms, which is only one strut actually. That's a bit disappointing. Then you have the thrust reversers. Those thrust reversers are glued on the end of the engine, on the rear of the engine, so here. And actually you will build them first, glue them on the base, then cut out the base, and then glue it on the engine, which works quite well. Good, then you have the compressor here, and you have the splitter cone. Yeah, so the splitter cone, which adds a lot to this engine. And then you have the aft turbine, and you have also the whatever that is, this cone inside. I don't know what these are. I think there may be some leftover color tests, or they are decoration. And then here, as you can see again, so this is where the engine pylons are supposed to go in, and this is not very strong. Good. And where are the wings? Then here we have the wings, and which is rather typical for a Fiddler screen, because I don't know if they ever have any wing spars. I think maybe some models have them, but usually they don't have wing spars because they consider wing spars to be too difficult for beginners. But that's I think this wing actually works okay without spars. It's only again matter of strength. And I will, as I will show you on the model, the strength is a little bit lacking. You have the leading edge, you have the wing fans, you have a nice detail, different flap hinges, the sled drive fairing. So again, the sled drive fairing is a bit confusing, because the wing should have a little bit airfoil at least, so the bottom is pretty much straight. We will have a look at it on the wheel. We will have a look at it on the actual model. So here you can also see, cut on yellow, fold open. So you cut on yellow, fold open, and then you glue the main landing girdle inside. Of course, don't forget to glue in the wheel well before you put the wing together. And then you have these fingers, which they call it fingers, to create a dihedral. And the dihedral, again, it works well enough, but a wing spar would make it a lot stronger. Good, and then here we have the other wing, and here we also have the description on how to do the dihedral, so it should be about 11 millimeters. Again, this is a typical way of how Fiddler screen does wings. It works well enough. Yeah, and that's the wing. And now let's have a look at the exploded view. So here we have the exploded view. This is another way, give you another idea. So those are those fairings which are glued over the wing root, and then here you see this is flat, and the wing. Yeah, okay. So this is how it works. So now let's have a look at the model. So this is the model, and this is actually 1 to 100 scale about. It's scaled down from the original model pages. And it's about half the size of the original model pages. And let's go through it from front to back. So first we will have a look at the nose. And here, let me make it more sharp. So the nose, here you can see that it's using petals. And well, the shape is well enough, but it's not really that beautiful. I think these normally I'm really happy with. I really like petals, but in this case they didn't work well enough for me. I don't know what was wrong. Maybe there should be less. Fiddler screen often has many has petals with many petals. I normally think that about 8 are the best. You don't want to have more than 8. You don't also want to have less because then it doesn't get so round. Okay, this is the person who built it didn't do it well, which is me. Good. Then the next thing is here, the shape of the nose. I'm not sure if the shape of the nose like this is correct. You see, this canopy is too flat. I don't think that they can see anything from this canopy. I didn't compare exactly with the 3 views, but it would be better if, I think it would seem more correct if this was more steep here. Anyway, the whole way this design with this as a cone is not working well enough for me. If you look at my video about the DC-10, you can see that in the DC-10, the canopy or the cockpit area was designed as a separate part rather than as cones, which work much better and is gets much closer to what this shape originally looks like. And another weak point here is this area where you have the tiny glue tab to glue these things together, and this makes this area very unstable. If you build it, it would be better to to cut away the tabs and instead glue something behind, so you can make sure that this will be strong enough. And then some small things is here that you see whereas the lines actually align, but you see the windows don't. This window doesn't align correctly, and you can, if you look closely, you can actually see it already that there's no chance to align both the stripes and the canopy and the window. And on the other side, it's actually pretty much correct. And here you can also see that the distance here is bigger than the distance here. So I don't know why this was not mirrored. Well, again, the stripes at least align nicely here. There's a slight color difference here between the parts, which is probably, well, I don't know. It might be from the printer, because those are on different sheets, at least when I printed it. And but then again, the blue color is correct, so maybe just the gray color is affected. I'm not sure, but I think this is not very tragic. What is a little bit really not nice about this nose is if you look at the curvature. So here, doesn't curve correctly. So it's actually going down, going up again, and then going down again. And here it's almost straight. Here is the lower part here is fine. The lower part here is fine. But here you see this. See, it's coming in. It's angling down, angling outward again, angling inward again, and then going around. So this is not well done. And then if you look at this, if you look at it from the bottom, this is the most obvious mistake. You see how this is angling inward, angling outward, angling inward, angling outward again. So this is not how the nose looks like on the real DC-9. I don't think so. Good. Let's talk about good things. The nice thing is the nose landing gear. Let me see if I can get it sharp. So as you can see here, it has some
It has one strut which has the small rings which you wrap around them to make which it looks really authentic. It looks really nice. There is no hydraulic arm, but there's not a lot of space in here anyway. But you have the wheel well, which is always nice to have. I think it's really nice. If you fold out those things here and then you glue inside the interfaces, it's really easy to build and it comes out really nice. Let's move along on the fuselage. And on the fuselage we have this long section here, which is actually built out of 3 parts, which I actually glued them together with glue straps. So I got rid of the tabs and I glued them with glue strips. And there's one part here, another part back here. And then I added in 2 formers. There's one here and one here. Again, I'm not sharp. Let me see. So I have 2 formers here. And why would you need a formers here? Because this is not very stable. You see that? This is not, the diameter here is like about 5 to 6 centimeters. And if you have the actual model, you would probably need formers even more because it's just not stable. You may even have to add a 3rd former here in front of the wing because it doesn't hold. And to do the formers is actually pretty easy because you just before you attach the nose, before you just build this part, you round this part, glue it together. Then you hold it on the cardboard and you draw with a pen around it or pencil around it, cut it out, cut down the size until it fits in the fuselage, and then your model will be much more stable. Good. The next thing is the wing. The wing is classic Fiddler screen style, without former and without wing spar, and you just have those. I think they call it teeth or what? You have those things to overlap here in the middle to create the dihedral. Yeah. And to have this kind of wing is fine, is easy to build, yeah, but the stability is a little bit lacking in that case. And especially if you have this wing even bigger on the actual model, if you build the model in the actual size. So this wing is actually even bigger. It's like almost like as big as one A4, and so it's it's like this. It looks nice as long as you don't touch it, yeah. And then another thing is like this wing is pulled through the fuselage, and you can see here that you can actually use this to give the shape to the wing, but it's already become a little bit loose here on this model, as you can see here. And okay, so you have this, and then next look at and then you have of course the flap hinges, yeah, which are really nice, different ones also, and the actuator here, the wing fence. Again, the landing gear is really nice. Yeah, you can have the little details here. You don't have the hydraulic arm, but you have the wheel well, and it's okay. That's nice. Then you have these bulges here, which are a little bit. I think they would need to be bigger. Somehow I feel they would have to be bigger, but it's also fine. Then we get to the engines, and the engines are, as I showed you on the model pages, these pylons are actually flat on the original model. So I changed them to have an airfoil, and as you can see here, if you look at the center, I added in a spar to make them more strong, and then glued the engines to them, because those tabs which you push into the fuselage, if you make this flat, it doesn't hold, because the engine has some weight, and it just won't hold. It will constantly come off. So this is why I did this. Another thing nice about the engines is the detail. So you have this splitter cone, and you have the detail here in the back, and the basic shape of the engines is also nice. Yeah, as you see, so the wing is coming off, okay, and also the rear of the fuselage is also fine, and then you have the T-tail, and the T-tail is always details are always troublesome because they are they don't have stability within themselves. And the model actually includes a tab here which you push into the fuselage, but as you can see, it doesn't hold this properly. So if I ever build this model again, and I would suggest you do that as well, I will add in a spar here. I will add in a spar which goes all the way through to hold this tail straight, because as you can see, it's already becoming, it's not straight anymore. So if you have a spar inside, that will make things a lot more durable. And so, okay. And then here, as you can see, I used cardboard to double up or triple up to make this bulge a little bit bigger, because it's not, again, this is just flat on the model. And another thing that I did is I also added in a wing spar here to have this, because again, this horizontal stabilizer is just flat in the model. I added in some cardboard. I pushed some cardboard through here. I didn't use the slot that they have here to push through the horizontal stabilizer, which is why my horizontal stabilizers don't add up, don't match up. But so I pushed the former through here. It's basically just a triangle here in the center, but this makes the wing a lot stronger. And yeah, so that's all. And you see, like, what I forgot about the wing is, like, the wing is, it's like an ornithopter. It can flap its wings. So that's something that you don't want. So either you need to take more care of your model, like, I obviously didn't, or you might be a good idea to add in some kind of spar to make it stronger. That's the model. This was my review of the Fiddler screen DC-9. If you want to purchase this model, you could go to their website, which is fiddlerscreen.net. So Fiddler, like, the person who's playing a violin, and green, like the color green, in one word, .net. And yeah, there you can buy this model. And I don't get any money for doing this. Just to let you know. And thank you for watching this